Is it working?
Did you know that
Seems to be working.
Popeye is friends with like a fourth dimensional being that can like rewrite reality? Like there's no joke. Like that's actually a character in the Popeye universe.
Is it like the author of the book or whatever?
No, it's like I don't remember the name. I think it's like a dog or something.
I remember watching a death battle that was Popeye versus like Deadpool or something like that, and Popeye would just whoop his ass because of like how incredibly powerful Popeye is and all that.
I like the really random characters that they throw in there.
I kind of missed the old school death battles. The old school death battles were cool.
I haven't watched them in so long.
There were a bunch of good ones. Like, I mean, obviously I'm biased, but Optimus Prime versus Gundam was really good. Optimus Prime versus the RX-78.
I had an idea for episode. Like Daniel has said repeatedly, he doesn't like modern day comedies, and I have a scenario about that. But he seems to enjoy other movies from this time frame.
Yeah, modern. I enjoy some modern movies, just not most of the modern comedies. Like the best one in recent memories that I've enjoyed was Interview was fine. Like I didn't love Interview, but Interview was okay. Game Over, the one where it's the one where they got the three guys in the hotel and their maids.
Stoner Die Hard.
Yeah, basically Stoner Die Hard.
It's the Workaholics movie.
Yeah, that one was all right. But yeah, I haven't really enjoyed a comedy in a long time.
And my opinion of that is comedies that what are some of your old comedies that you used to enjoy?
Dracula Dead and Loving It's Great.
That's a horror movie, not comedy.
No, it's not.
It's just a terrible horror movie.
No, it's not.
That's what I'm trying to say, though.
Okay.
Like, maybe the reasons you're not enjoying comedies nowadays because they're just exclusively comedies and they don't have enough another element also added into it.
Okay, so History of the World?
History of the World, that's a documentary.
Okay.
Did you see the second one?
Not yet, I want to.
I don't have Hulu anymore.
Spaceballs?
Spaceballs? That is a science fiction movie.
Airplane?
That is a incredible...
based on a true story.
Based on a true story. That is a drama.
Naked Gun?
That is a classic police procedural. It's just a very bad one.
Okay.
I have a question, not to get off on a tangent, but I don't want to forget. But, so, if you took Transformers, could you make, like, in the Transformers universe, like, you're given all this funding, could you make a Transformers horror film?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely, you could. You could do that real easy, depending on what characters and stuff you put in. Like, I think you have to, depending on what kind of horror movie you want to do. Like, the Insecticons are set for a real good, gritty, like, kind of Swarm-esque horror movie because they are horrific. Like the jaws of Shrapnel, like, ripping people apart and drinking the energon from them, and Bombshell mind controlling people.
Jesus.
Yeah, like, and if you wanted, like, a kaiju-esque horror movie, you could do, like, Abominus, because he's a Terrorcon, and he's, like, his pieces, like, he's got one of his pieces spits acid that melts and corrodes metal. You could make absolutely a horrific horror movie if you really wanted to. If you use the right people. Who else could you use? The G-Axis would be a good, like, if you wanted to do like a mad scientist, like, human centipede experiment type.
Oh, don't say that movie.
Human centipede. You didn't like 1, 2, or 3?
Haven't seen any of them. Don't want to see any of them.
Oh, yeah, they're pretty awful.
First one's alright. First one's alright in a concept. The other two are just off the fucking wall. Like, they're just feeding off the fame of the first one. The first one is legitimately horrifying, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Adam used to watch them. I was like, I'll read the plot. And I got like halfway. I read the first one. I got like halfway through the second one, and I could just feel all the color drain out of my face. And I was like, I'm gonna die.
I would say that is the only movie that has legitimately got me close to throwing up because of how disgusting it was. The second one specifically. The third one, like, was just cringe bad. The second one was disgusting. I do kind of like the way that they do their continuity, though. Because the whole premise of the second one was a guy who went nuts after watching the first one.
Yeah.
And then if I remember right, the third one was inspired by the newspaper story of the dude from the second one. So that was kind of cool how they connected them. But I kind of want to go back to, like, your idea of, like, how these comedies are other movies.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I get that. But now, let's look at the ones I don't like.
Okay.
Okay? So, Talladega Nights.
It's a comedy.
No, it's a race car movie.
No, but that's what I'm saying. It's a bad comedy.
But you're
Yeah.
you're not.
But that's what I'm saying. It's a bad comedy that tried to be a comedy, but it ends up being a drama.
You don't like Talladega Nights?
Not really. It had good moments, but not as a whole. I don't care for it.
Like, I think, like, you can't get behind a comedy if it's just a straight comedy because there's nothing else that's besides the funny for you.
But is there ever just a straight comedy? Like,
no, not really.
Isn't
if
there
you think
always
about it, like,
something
maybe not. Even back in the day, we were doing, like, Abbott and Costello stuff. It's comedy mixed with something else most of the time.
Right. So I'm just trying to figure out where the difference is between Talladega Nights, which is a race car movie,
Yeah.
versus Spaceballs, which is a science fiction movie.
Like, that's the thing. Like, how much of one or the other do you need for it to be an enjoyable comedy for you? What is the mixture? What is the ratio? Like, Spaceball being, just straight up, you could say it's almost just as straight up joke after joke like Talladega Nights is, but is it because it's making jokes about Star Wars and other stuff and space sci-fi stuff that you can get behind it more?
I mean, maybe. But Spaceballs has a lot of jokes that are fucking great that have nothing to do with science fiction.
Jam. Only yellow and star.
Would give me the raspberry. Right, like, or the guy with the hair pick combing.
She doesn't look Druish.
Yeah, exactly. The part where they watched the film of the movie they're filming right now in order to figure out where the bad guys are going. Or the
Don't
guys are
show
going.
this ever again. Now I got the black guy. We ain't found shit.
Like, there's so many great things that have nothing to do with Star Wars.
I am your father's brother's cousin's uncle's roommate. What does that make us? Absolutely nothing.
I hate it when I get my Schwartz tangled with another man's Schwartz.
You fell for it again.
Yeah, so, I mean, yeah.
Like,
I like, so the comedies that I enjoy, like, there are witty and clever moments in those comedies that build off those things. That is what my sticking point is. So modern comedy is not, for the most part, witty or clever. It is slapstick, cringe, stoner humor, where, like, kind of retro comedy, I'm going to sound like Adam is a hipster here, but retro comedy is clever and intelligent. Like the Naked Gun movies have some fantastic moments.
Back to School.
Back to School.
You ever seen Back to School?
Is that the one with Will Ferrell?
No, that's old school.
Oh,
Back
okay.
to School with Rodney Dangerfield.
No, I have not seen that one. I have not seen a lot of Rodney Dangerfield movies, to be perfectly honest.
God.
He's one that I kind of stayed away from.
He's got Robert Downey Jr. in that movie.
Mm-hmm. Caddyshack, I like Caddyshack. Bill Murray really makes Caddyshack for me. Animal House was fine. I liked Animal House.
but at what point did it switch over that you couldn't do more modern ones?
I don't know. Like, I guess I'm trying to think back. Like, I watched Talladega Nights in theaters and didn't like it. I didn't care for Anchorman.
Maybe you just don't like Will Ferrell.
That's certainly possible. I liked Little Nicky. I liked where he's the golf, Happy Gilmore. I liked that one. not particularly a fan of some of his other